Hello, this is Gorn Throt coming to you from the depths of Lost Hope. Welcome. And so we're going to continue where we left off with Stanford Richards. What I will do though is, because I didn't show you, I'm going to show you how to sleep. You just right click on the bed and hit sleep. It'll ask you if you want to sleep. You say sure. And you'll notice how the clock goes forward. We only slept for a little bit. Either we weren't tired or there are zombies about. And we are bored. So what I'm going to do is turn off our watch because the alarm will go off in the middle of the morning in case we're outside. And we'll take a look outside. You can see we're bored again because we've just been going through buildings. And so I'm going to read a magazine real quick and get rid of that boredom moodle. But 3:30 in the morning, we did not sleep very long. That might be problematic. Might cause us to get drowsy in the middle of the day. So we just have to watch out for it. Sometimes that happens. Either your character's not tired, there's something going on, but regardless, we will be on our way. And since it is this early, we'll probably venture out into the rest of the building here. Yep, kitchen. So, can't remember which one of these we went through, so I'm just going to go upstairs. And we'll probably stay in here until about 6 o'clock, catch the TV, and then... and then go out into the world. So, darkened, we do have a torch, so if we equip it in our primary, it'll actually give us light. And I'll see if I can find the light switch. There we go. Close that door. And then, as we did before, we'll kind of open. I will put a weapon in my hands then after we kind of open these. Tweezers. I'll take another bandage. Just make sure we hit both of those. Yep. Look at the... As you can see, a lot of these apartments are set up the same way. They'll have different loot, but for the most part, they'll be very similar. I'll turn this TV on. Go. Bookshelves. Still check them. But yeah, as soon as it gets light outside, we'll head outside. I have no interest in spending an entire series in a apartment building. But we'll see if we can find a couple things that might help us on our path. Don't need to eat a fresh jalapeno. I will get to see if we need something to drink. Yep, we can do that. And it says we can also fill our water bottle. Even though we didn't drink out of it, we will take some and refill it, because it seems as if as you're traveling it leaks. So, and since it's only 440, check this bedroom. And I'm glad we did. So there you go. Big hiking bag. We'll grab that and I'll show you how to switch things out. I also will take the hammer, because that's something we need to use to disassemble things. This person had 2 hammers. There. Hammer rich. So what we will do is we will take our duffel bag that we had on our back and we will actually place it on the floor. Now it shows up as a floor item, and if we take our big hiking bag and equip that on our back, and you can see that has a capacity of 22 versus 15. So we gain 7, which is pretty good. 28, I believe, for a military backpack is the highest item, like storage item that you can equip without mods. So, but then what we'll do is we'll just hit this loot all button, and it'll throw everything that was in this duffel into our backpack. There you go. And if we look at the floor by clicking there, there's the duffel bag. We'll actually put it in our backpack. Now you can't do a fill the duffel bag and then put it in your backpack. It's not an infinite bag of holding, so you just gotta watch that. The game kind of keeps track of all of that, and if you start doing that kind of nonsense, it'll stop you pretty darn quick. So it'd be nice if you could just put infinite bags in infinite bags, but it's not how it works. But since we have a little more room, now we can be a little less discerning as to what we carry. And I'll just look here. We got to get rid of this rolling pin. I'm just going to drop it. Tweezers and hammer. And if you look while we're waiting, and actually we're bored, we have a little bit of time. The television shows will actually help in getting rid of your boredom as well. So we'll go over here and hang loose until cooking comes on. But the crowbar coupled with a hammer, a saw, we haven't come across a screwdriver, and a wrench and a pipe wrench will allow you to disassemble almost everything you come across, save things that you would need a blowtorch to take apart, which you can use for cars. Tubs and showers are your experience items that you can take apart with a blowtorch for your metal working. The screwdriver you need basically for anything electronic. So, and we can do that, but I don't want to start really building on those things until we've read the books, because it just gives you more XP as you do those things. So, but it's almost 6 a.m. Life and Living is on, and we have our power source, and the volume is at 2. So there you go. And there usually a commercial comes on first. It gives you a little bit of time to get to a TV. So it'll probably, the program itself will start at about 6:10. It's not always a guarantee. Try to hit 6 as close as possible, but if you miss it, try the program anyway, because it might have not come on. And I've caught programs as late as about 6:30. So always try it if you're around and you want to do that. Again, it's just free experience handed to you by the game. And I mean, we'll bring up our skills so you can see it. Yep, brought to you by Kitchen Knives, fine American cookware. And yesterday's was soup, which we missed. And if you watch the programs on video cassette, even if you've watched the first program, like let's say the first one's soup, you'll still get it. It counts watching the television program live and watching it taped as two separate entities, basically. So they each count once. And you can correct me in the comments if that statement's wrong, but I've pretty much gained experience like that through multiple games. So, but there you go. We got one level of cooking just by sitting here. Our boredom's gone away. As you can see, the Moodle's gone, and they'll give us a see you tomorrow. There you go. Boredom, and we'll turn that off. Now we will go out into the wild blue. And since we're going out into town, I will equip our weapon, the crowbar, which I'm fine with. Crowbar, I've used it a lot. It's a good weapon. We have water, we have some food. We'll find other food. I'm not worried about those kind of things, so. But here we go to the actual game. Enough of me kind of waxing about game mechanics, although I will continue to do so. Just as I said, trying to help folks that haven't played before kind of get an idea of what they might be getting into. See, right at the desk, this place, the concierge has a double-barreled shotgun and shotgun shells sitting behind them. So always check everything if it because you never know what's going to be sitting somewhere. I've found weapons in nurseries. I found food in bathrooms. It doesn't always go along lines, but you can see our food Moodle is up. that were a little bit peckish. So I'll open that can of sardines. And the other thing you can see here is I can eat all of it, a half, a quarter. I'll eat a quarter just to see if that sets the moodle. Now, if we only eat a quarter of it, might get rid of the moodle, and we can carry that along with us. It'll indicate that the food is still fresh. You'll go from fresh to stale to rotten with most items. I'll leave that, and when we get a little more peckish, we'll eat again. So I'm going to pan back and start crouching. And we are going to head northwest. So I cannot move the camera. This is our view. North, south, east, west. We'll head west. Since we're in Louisville, shopping malls, things like that are down this way. It's more residential down the other way. And here we go. And a swing and a miss, of course. There are things that you can put on in the settings. One of them is to outline targets. So zombies that you can hit, when they get into range, all of a sudden they'll get a green outline or whatever color you choose around them. So targeting becomes easier that way. I tend to play with that, along with there is a hit indicator which tells you kind of where you're swinging and if you're swinging high, medium, or low. I took both of those things off in the interest of being able to see the characters better. So you'll have to forgive me in the fact that my attacking isn't as accurate as it usually is, only in the fact that I don't have that kind of help on. And we're going to move, because we are going to start getting hounded down here. Now, you can see we're already sweaty because we're wearing heavier clothes and it is July. And you can see it popping up and then disappearing. I'm slightly panicked. When your character starts out, because you're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, rightfully so, they get a little freaked out when there's zombies about. And so there are things like beta blockers that you can take that will actually alleviate some of the panic. I didn't find any of those. There might have been some in that house or in the apartment building, but as you can see, even though your character in-game is panicked, you don't have to panic. In the beginning, you are faster than these folks. I'm not even sprinting, I'm just walking. And I'm just taking my time. You don't want to be surrounded, obviously, and you can sprint in short bursts. Now, you might ask yourself why I'm just not walking by these folks, and the answer is this gem right over there. I call them bread trucks. You probably have never had, depending on your age, you've never had bread delivered to your house, nor did I ever, but it's something that is known back when folks delivered bread. They also use newspapers. Again, people who don't get newspapers, there are two of them actually. I like them. They're my favorite vehicle in the game, and the reason they're my favorite vehicle in the game is because their capacity. So every vehicle, like every backpack, has a different capacity, and the what I call the bread trucks, the delivery trucks, have the highest. They have a potential of 160 kilogram space in them. So, but as you can see, it's not always easy getting them, as I've drawn quite a crowd that I don't want to hand. So I will do a map, and then I will pause the game. So here's the map. I got here by using the M key. As you can see, when you start off in a game without mods, you have a limited number of symbols. One of the mods that I placed more, so there's things like trucks, etc. You can also add notes, remove notes, move markings, and then you can change the size of a symbol. This is a little key. It shows us like community services, so that's what that building is. We started here, so that is a residential building, apartment building, and then this is a restaurant, which I didn't really look in. Obviously food, things like that. And at the beginning of the game, things will not be necessarily spoiled in there. If the electricity's on, most things in refrigerators stay fairly intact. But as time goes on, or if the power goes off, obviously that becomes less of a certainty. But the reason I paused it, I want to do two things. A, just to show you this, but B, I'm going to choose one of the colors from my 4-color Bic, and it's going to be a truck. And as you can see, I can make it bigger, smaller. I'll make it regular size. This is a parking lot. I'm going to put a truck right there because I am not going to fight all these folks, but I will come back here. So I'll escape out of here. Game's still paused. F2 is the default pause, and I'll take that out. I tend to pause during looking at a map just because when you look at a map, the game will continue, and you will definitively, especially in a scenario like this, you will get snicker-snacked. So, and I'm just gonna try to get away from these folks. The sheer numbers here, and this is a facet of Louisville. It's just like this, and especially since we're downtown. Now again, I'm sneaking. Now I'm not sneaking. I drew those folks. But as you can see, I'm faster. But here's the big issue. I'm extremely panicked, which does a bunch of things to my ability to fight. So I'm gonna kind of try to get away from this area, find a good place to sit. That would be nice. It's a little mini mart, but as you can see, there are a bunch of guests in there, and there's guests up there. So I'm just gonna supersede these folks, take it nice and easy, not get too worried about it. There's a bar, so there's some bourbon, some things in there. But I will try to get to a place. Note, if you're going around a corner, hug it. Don't hug it tight. Circle wide, because if you hug that corner tight, like if I was going to try to escape those folks, there's a zombie on that corner. They will grab you. They will bite you. You will be dead. Here's a very nice car. The other thing that I'm going to try to not do with vehicles is utilize them as a weapon, basically. You can very easily get in a vehicle and just start driving around hitting zombies. Wear and tear in the vehicle, surely the noise will draw zombies. But the other thing is if you start wrecking the vehicle and it stops in a crowd, they will reach in and they will grab you and they will pull you out. So again, I'm just gonna try to weed my way to some place where if I'm gonna get into hand-to-hand combat, it's a little more fair. It's a nice vehicle. Truck. Good thing about trucks, as I pass by, I can look in. That one has an empty gas can, which we would like to take, because not all the vehicles have fuel, and if you can find an empty gas can, siphon gas out of one car that you might not want to use. Oh, this is a beauty right here, too. Well, visually, that's the other thing you have to look at is just because the outside of it looks great, the inside might be wrecked. So again, I'm just going to keep walking. Another truck. It's kind of impressive how many trucks are here. But this building, pile of crepe, it's locked. So now we might utilize this building to kind of get rid of our fan club. I'm going to do something dangerous. There we go. And kind of skip through them. So you saw me dip into the bushes there. It made the zombies dip into the bushes. And it slows them down. Pile of crepe, we're not going into you. We're going to instead start weeding our way through the vehicles up here. And I know where we're at. This is the mall is above us to the north. And I'll just jog a little bit. kind of wheedle my way through these cars, because that'll help us get rid of some of our followers here. And now we're getting more into the industrial area of Louisville. Park, stores, and I'm just going to keep jogging along here. I don't want to do this too much because there we go. That will exhaust us running around, and if we get so exhausted as to not be able to run, then we have a problem. But things are starting to, well, I say that, and there's a herd up there. And this is the nature of Louisville. I mean, it is not great. I mean, you can see all those folks up there. So if we can dip into a store or the multiplex, close the door behind us. Yeah, see, that's a problem. I got really lucky there. Those doors are usually, well, doors of, I'll say, public buildings are usually open more often than not. I'm just going to keep walking because I can't stop. Obviously, I can't hand-to-hand combat, melee combat all those folks. So I definitively need to get someplace where there aren't zombies. And you can find them. It's a shame if we would have been able to get to one of those vehicles, then you can drive, and then you can, find a spot that's not terrible. But I need to get rid of our exertion. I need to get rid of our panic. If we were to kind of get a foothold anywhere, those are the two things that need to be gone. Unfortunately, I just keep hitting band after band of zombies. And the more zombies you have with you, there's another truck. And here's what I've been looking for. A fence. High fences, not built by you, but created by the game, generated by the game, cannot be broken down by zombies. So I will hop this fence, luckily. Now, there are a ton of... There you go. Exactly what I was saying. They can't break that down. So they will try to path the shortest route to us. If they can't find one, they'll do what they're doing. So now, we can take a breather for a second, take a look at what's around us. And what I will do is I will let these zombies come to us. I can take a couple. I can sit on the ground and rest then. Oh, but we didn't get just a couple. We got 4. So, and we got more than that. So again, I'm just going to be off. And you can see I'm already drowsy because we didn't sleep very long. I don't know why. But, so we have multiple problems stacking up with us. I don't know what kind of building this is, but we're going to take it. I'm going to crouch, and I'm going to try to utilize this as a escape. Because if we go in a different direction, they will think we're in here. I don't necessarily want to get stuck in this room, but I want to see what's on these shelves, so. And we have a window. Brilliant. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a drink. I am going to just make sure there's nothing in here. I will grab something to eat. I will also drop our empty tin. Eat some beef jerky. I'll eat all of that, just to keep the hunger off of us. But now I'm definitively going to need to find some place to sleep. I'll open this window. Pop out. Hopefully there's nobody out here. There we go. As you can see, all those zombies think I'm in that building. They might have seen me. The Red Owl Inn, I actually probably could have stayed there someplace, but with all those zombies, they're just going to be breaking in all night. We missed our 12 o'clock. Oh. We missed our 12 o'clock television show, unfortunately. I do like to pick up as much carpentry as I can for free. Carpentry is one of the easier attributes to work on because you're basically breaking down things that you would break down anyway. But I really need to I really need to find someplace safe. Apartment building, that might be our ticket. There's zombies in there. There's a ton of zombies in there. As you can see, my exertion's getting worse. The next step is actually not being able to run. So I need to find safety as soon as possible. And I can hear people right behind me. But here's where I was looking for. And I'm going to actually run in here. Close the door. Sneak around. Military supply store. So this is Clutch Cargo. It's dark in here. I apologize. I'm actually going to run to this back area and let people try to get me. Oh, there's a zombie. There's two zombies right there. Yep, we might die. But I am going to turn on this light so I can see. You can hear the zombies trying to get in. And I'm going to breeze right past this zombie. Brilliant. I am not too familiar with these back rooms. I'd love to get in there. I would need some sort of either a pickaxe or a sledgehammer to break those, but I am going to rest. I am going to hide and I am going to rest and try to get rid of that high exertion. So there you go. So if you cannot take the fight, don't. We would have gotten grabbed almost imminently in any one of those places that we were running through. This is where I wanted to come because this area is now the industrial area on the map. And so I'm just going to speed up the game a little bit. You can hear them breaking things. Nobody's breaking our door, which is great. There might be zombies out in this hallway. And you can only do this if you're playing solo. But I'm going to rest. I'm getting very tired. But my exertion is going down. And that is, even if we're tired, which takes away all of our damage, at least we can run. And it does not look like I'm getting rid of very much of my exertion. So there you go. Didn't do much for us. I don't hear anybody banging on anything. And so, since we are very tired, I'm going to sleep in this chair. You can see the quality is bad. I don't care. Because the way we are, and it wouldn't let us sleep. Yep, can't get back to sleep. Try again. We're going to have to do some things. And this is how the game runs, folks. Yeah, you can see everything's kind of broken down here. I'm going to sneak out of here if I can. Try our luck in this other building. But I do want to go in there. I mean, that place is an absolute gold mine. And what I don't want to happen here, and you can see my good Mr. Richard trying to get in here, and he did. I did not want there to be an alarm. Some of the buildings have alarms on them. If you trip them, you'll bring everybody they'll come running. So I have some couches in here. I don't like this. These aren't secured, but sometimes you got to take risks. Oh, and there's a police car. Huh, let's have some fun. Let's try to hotwire a police car. Let's take a look out here. Okay, nothing bad. Oh, yep, nope, there are a bunch of zombies. And there you go. And so I gambled and lost. If I would have stayed in there, I wouldn't have invited those folks. And there's zombies out there. So now we have a problem. This should be a bathroom. And there's a zombie. Oh, he's dressed exactly like me. He's a very sharp dresser. So this will be a perfect example of seeing, because of our exertion and our sleepiness, how many hits it's going to take to get to the center of this guy. Not too bad. I'm going to close this. Oh, we have... I don't know if I can... Nope. I could sit there, but I can't sleep there. Sheets. I will take those. We could put sheets over windows so that they're curtains. I'm going to get out of here. I really need to find some place that we can rest. We are in a storage facility, and I'm going to kind of get past most of these folks. If we can find one that's open, we can actually stay there. So hopefully those two that are down there are going to remain preoccupied with breaking that door. But again, you can see how many hits it's taking to actually destroy this gentleman. And that turned the other one's attention to us. So we can fight. We're not too bad as of now. And I want to let that zombie actually break into that storage room if they can. But yeah, we're in a very bad situation. We need to find a place to sleep safely. Yeah. And we're just making ourselves more and more tired by fighting these folks. So I'll sneak around. Hopefully one of these will be open. This is a high... Oh, there is an office. And hopefully there's a chair. It's not the best laid plan, but yeah, I don't know why Mr. Richard decided that he wasn't tired. I don't know why that was a thing. Unfortunately, I think that if I open this window, I'm going to get an alarm. If I can even open it. You can see our gentleman struggling here. And I don't really want to break it, right? Because we don't have leather gloves on. So I'm going to close this up. And I'm going to try to sleep again and see what happens here. Brilliant. And we were so tired we slept until the morning, and now it's kind of equalized us. It is raining, and we have minor pain because we slept in a chair, a terrible, terrible chair. But now things are back to normal. I don't know why we were in such a bad position. I'll eat some canned corned beef, and now we're going to make our way back to taking over that military surplus store. If I had a sledgehammer, this place would be great. You can just start popping these open. You can get all kinds of things in here, generators, different tools, different weapons. You can find a survivalist's storage facility and get their stuff. But I'm going to come this way, and I can see over here that there's nobody sitting there, so I'm just going to hop this fence. And I'm going to remain sneaking. And I believe this is our... Yep. And there's somebody in there. But we're going to sneak it back in there. And I will fight. Now we're in pretty good shape. We've eaten. So I'm going to try to take some folks out. But we got to watch. The crowbar, it's a heavier weapon. So we'll tire ourselves out more quickly, and especially since we're unfit and overweight. Speaking of which, let's check that. Yeah, I have neck pain. It's minor. Yep, I'm down to 94 pounds and I'm losing weight. You can see there, 94 with the arrow going down. So, as I said, I'm not worried about it because we'll drop weight, which will help us out. And I'm going to keep bringing people out here. Just I don't need to get cornered. But we'll drop weight easily. The unfit, we'll have to watch. And I'll, at some point when we have a moment, I'll show you that. It's basically doing exercises, which makes sense, right? When coming through a building, give them a little stomp, space bar if they're down. You can stomp instead of using your weapon, and that contributes to your maintenance because you're not utilizing your weapon to do damage. And now, I'm just going to sneak a little bit. Yep, don't want to draw everybody. I don't know who's in there, but I see them coming. So now, yep. And we're just going to work our way through slowly but surely. So, don't take it easy, take breaks. There's some chairs in there. I will bust through here real far. There we go. Just to make sure there's nobody sitting in here. Also to see what's in here. I'm not thirsty yet, so that's good. We'll see if there's some fresh broccoli. And the paper bag probably has, yeah, it might have cupcakes, things like that in it. Oh, there's French fries, a burger, and a soda pop in there. So we'll leave those there just in case we get desperate. But, and slowly but surely, there's a gentleman over here. So this is the main store. This is the storage facility. So if I would have run through here and walked back out that door, I would have walked right back to all the zombies. But I guarantee you that room is filled with zombies because it's everybody that we drew. You can see they broke the door down here, and on the floor there's hinges and doorknobs. We will take those because if you are building a base, need to build a double door, you need hinges and doorknobs. So I'll take those at the bat. See, here we go. Hunting knife, brilliant. It's a weapon that you can utilize, and it does not make you exhausted as quickly. There's a big hiking bag. That's what we have. Duffel bag and just a regular hiking bag. So the difference between those is 2 kilograms of space, and then a duffel bag is at 18 or 15. That whatever. So since we're in a survivalist store, we have all kinds of things: alcohol wipes, antidepressants, painkillers. I will take the painkillers. I'll take the alcohol wipes just so we can disinfect if we get scratched, and antidepressants, but I don't plan on letting Mr. Richard get sad. I'm gonna keep him well fed and get him lots of books and videos. Oh, we have a friend, so I will just kind of scoot around a little bit. I will back up. I always want to buy us space. That is always the problem. You get into a smaller area, and see, she became what I would call a crawler. She flipped on her stomach when we knocked her down. Those types of zombies, they won't really get you, but they will make it terrible for you to fight others if you're in a group because they'll grab at your legs and try to trip you. If they trip you, they can knock you back, they can pull you. I will wear these military boots. They're good for stomping. I'm not so much about the military stuff. I'm more about leather jackets and torch masks for using the blowtorch. I just feel that they give you better coverage around your head. Football helmets are good. This is what I was looking for. I'm not going to take it. I'll remember it's here, and there's also a couple in there. Tent kit. You can set up a tent wherever and sleep in it. They are awesome. So, but there are a couple out there, so I won't worry about it. Military boots, ear protectors, yeah, bunch of ammo. We're not getting involved in gunplay. But I'll look at, yeah. And this, I recently found this store, so that's kind of why I moved in this direction. I knew it was here. Army coat, We'll wear it. We're not because so we will take off our lumberjack shirt. It is July 11th. We'll drop that and we'll wear an army coat. Gives us a bit of protection. You can also see that there are things for winter, the balaclava. Eventually we will get to winter hopefully, and we'll need to wear those things to keep our character warm. So this has mostly, there's some more painkillers. I will take those. I'm hopefully going to find a military backpack out here. So, go look at the floor. Yep, I'll take hinges and doorknobs all day long. You always need them, it seems, especially when you're building your base. So, I'll pan out a little bit. Oh, it's not full. So, I'm going to look for the lights in here. There we go, just so everybody can see. Tents. If you break those down, they'll become tent kits. So over here, it's all the guns, and then here's all the regular type of other items you would find at a military surplus store. Except MREs. No MREs in here, which is unfortunate. Ponchos, camo. Take this gentleman out. Go. And we'll look along here just real quick. Yeah, this is mostly camo. Yep. I don't want to take any of that. But the tents, I will take a tent before we leave. And I'll look at these. Large gas can. If we can fit it, which we can't, that'd be fantastic to take. So we'll look and see. If we can find a military backpack, we'll be in good shape. Because that'll get us another 6. Another large gas can. Large backpack. That gets us to 27. We'll grab that. And that's what you'll notice. I just keep, as we come across things that are useful, I just keep leveling up my items. So just make sure nobody's here. We'll equip that on our back. Put the large backpack on the ground. And then do exactly what we did before, which is just bring that up. Make sure our backpack is highlighted, and then we'll loot all. And you can see how fast I'm transferring items from one container to the next. That is that dexterous trait that we took, and that's why I took it. It's so helpful. And then I'll leave that sit there so that we can see it. But I believe we also have a duffel bag sitting. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the duffel bag because if it comes down to it, we'll take the bigger pack. But I'm looking for another military backpack. Would be great. Torches, that large gas can, I'll try to take as well. Ah, machete. We will definitely take that. That is a bladed weapon. Super helpful. Hand axe, we'll take that as well. Those are both weapons. The machete, you can repair if you get a katana. It's incredible. It'll cut through packs of zombies, especially if you work with it enough. But you cannot repair it. The machete you can repair a couple times with wood glue, duct tape, things like that. So, but yeah, this has been a fantastic little run in here. So there you go. We've gone through basically all those things. I know that there's a... Oh, see? There are a bunch of friends. They did break through that window. And they decided to turn around. They don't know where I'm at because I'm sneaking. So our welcome is pretty much over in here. Yep, here they come. That lady has a cowboy hat. Huh. So I kind of still want to look in here, though. We have some space. I don't like this angle for fighting. You can't see how close people are. So I'm just gonna... Oh, one of those radios is on the emergency broadcasting. See, this lady flipped. I want to take her out almost as soon as possible. But I'll get away from her, kind of circle around. I'll let her crawl for as long as she wants to. Because really I want to take care of these folks. And I'm panicked, which is fine. But you can see it's early in the morning, so we haven't utilized a lot of our stamina yet. But I gotta watch because... And I could take out that machete and probably cruise a little bit more through these folks. The machete, you know, you always save it. You always save it for a rainy day. It's raining out there. But I kind of just want to get these folks out of here so I can finish my run through here. So I'll utilize the shelving units, kind of break up the walks through here. Zombies don't like corners in that respect. There you go. Bought myself a little space. One at a time. Two at a time's not too bad. And you can see that lady who's a crawler, she gets a gold star for effort. We'll take care of that. I'm going to go back into sneaking mode. I want to look at here. I want to look over at these because I started seeing alcohol wipes, bandages. We can get beta blockers. That would be something fantastic. There's another military oh, there you go. The military backpack. That is what I was looking for. So I will take that. It has one more kilogram of capacity, and that's why I wanted to not be scared out of here by our friends. But I will... Oh, I put that in the other backpack. The backpack in the backpack. I will wear that on my back. I will take the other backpack. Up. It automatically placed itself on the floor because it was going to surpass my capacity to carry things. But I'll open that up. It has a bandage in it. And I will loot all of the items into that backpack. Then I will take this backpack, put it into my backpack. And now we can breathe. We have successfully at least gotten to a point where we can take a look at what we've done, what we've accomplished. I will put, as I said, look at the floor, put that large backpack in our military backpack, and there you go. There's our 28. We've already gotten it up to 26 kilograms, so we have only a little bit more weight. And we're only at 7 of 12, though, and you can see how much stuff we have on us. So I'll investigate this last little bit, and then we'll be on our way. And I like the look of that Knox Distillery van. So we'll look here, and I'll click on them just to make sure I'm hitting everything. It's proximate, so you have to be near it to be able to look into it. Scrap electronics, you can utilize those to fix generators. We don't have a generator yet, so yep. And the rest of it's ammo and guns. So what we're going to do, we're going to sneak out here, take a wide look. We have a couple of really nice buildings here that we could build gardens on if we wanted to use them as bases, but I have an idea of where I might want to go. If you like bourbon, there's bourbon. If you like empty bottles, there's empty bottles. Yeah, and we have some friends. We're hungry, but we're not tired yet. And we only have a couple of zombies, and I find myself at the angle that I don't like to be at. For some reason, I like to fight south, backing up south. Now we have to watch because we didn't do too much investigation here, just to make sure that we don't have anybody behind us. So as you can see, I kind of run in circles. Yeah, and we're having some problems here. Now we're getting busy, and we're gonna get tired. Yeah, we drew a lot of folks with us. Yeah, so there you go. I would like to get that van, so we can easily make a circle. You can see I got moderate exertion. Oh, I'm gonna come down this way. Yep, one zombie. There is a bench. And I'm gonna sneak around this way. Somebody, yep, see? That's exactly what I stated. There was somebody right on that corner. If we would have pulled that tighter, we would have, and not have been running, we might have had some issues. So let's sneak back here. As you can see, I've been sneaking around. So my sneaking and my light footage just went up, and we're gonna come back to this area. I'll show you exactly. If I right click on that, it asks to take down the tent. And now I have a tent kit. Now I'll put that, well, I'll carry that because I can't put it in my backpack. We also have some large gas cans in there. So I want to get those as well. You'd also take that. It's a bed. You can't use that inside the tent, but you can always set those up as well. But we're hungry and we're tired. There's my favorite water dispenser. Zombies don't know where we're at, though, hopefully. So if we're hungry, we'll take a little drink. We'll fill our water bottle. And we will grab some fresh broccoli and eat it. Now get rid of our peckishness. So we have our tent kit. I would like that van. And so... And as it is raining in the game, it is also raining here. I don't know if you heard that thunder in the background. That was real. That was not a sound effect. But hopefully my power won't go out here. And we'll sneak. You can hear in the background, you can hear people banging around. But I would like to sneak out to this car. And I could get in. I got in from the passenger side only because if I needed to break in, I would do it on the passenger side versus the having to break the window that I'm actually going to be sitting next to. United States of America, we're on the left. So, and now I'm trying to hotwire the car. I'm hitting the V button once I'm behind the wheel of the vehicle to bring that up. Switching seats, which sometimes you got to do. Let's say a zombie comes up on this side, starts hitting the window. I'll slide to the other side. Headlights, the heat, the horn, music, opening and shutting the window we're on, locking all the doors, the mechanics, which would pop us out and we'd look under the hood, or we can even sleep in a vehicle if it's safe, but I'm going to continue to hotwire this. And it could take multiple times, and then I'm not even assured that there's gas in here. And I'll try to start it first. If we don't have gas, there is an empty bottle, and we also have gas cans, and that's why I was talking about the gas cans. Because if these vehicles have gas in them, we might be able to siphon the gas out of them. And those little wires down there indicate that we've hotwired it. We can open and close the trunk, turn on the heater, headlights, the doors, and then this is just our battery and check engine. But here we go. Fingers crossed. And I give it 3 tries. But you can see that automatically drew that zombie. So I'll pop out. Sitting in vehicles also eliminates a lot of your exhaustion, so you can always rest in a vehicle. And so I'll go to the head of this car. I'll hit the V button to bring up our vehicle mechanics. And this one's a beaut. Has a lot of green. We'll get more into this when I have time. But out of the capacity and quality of the gas tank, 62%. So it's a little bit beat up. No gas. So that being the case, now we're going to look at these vehicles. And if either one of them has gas, we're taking it. No gas. The gas, that is, not the vehicle. I really do want the Knox Distillery vehicle. 2% gas. Not great. It could get us a little bit. So let's a distance. So we'll get rid of the empty bottle, keep the garbage bag, we'll keep the regular tire. Tarp we'll get rid of, tissues we'll get rid of, toilet paper. I'm just throwing them on the ground. We'll leave the bourbon in there. Why not? Although bourbon you can use to make a Molotov cocktail bomb. I won't be doing that in Louisville. This whole place will burn. So what I'm going to do is throw the things that are making me kind of overweight in the back of this thing. So, and that we don't need immediately. And that's why I want to take this. 2% gas is not great, but I can start her up and we can kind of move on our way out of here. I can also throw the, let's see, throw the hand axe in there. Videotapes, I'll keep our things to write with, the radio, the battery for the radio if we need to change it out because we've used it. Some weapons I'll keep in hand, and I will go in and in the glove compartment there's a bandage, a battery, the mirror, the pencil, and the empty notebook we do not need. And I will put the tent kit in there. So as we're driving around, get out. I'll just drop those on the ground. And we'll go back and get our gas cans. And we'll be done. As you can see, we're already getting drowsy again. It's the... when you're fighting, running around, that condition builds up very, very, very quickly. So... tarp, if we get tarp and tent pegs and some sticks, some twigs actually, some tree branches, we can actually make our own tent kits. But just another hunting knife, and now that I have something that I'm going to be putting things into. But I'll sneak back here. Yep, I'll throw those back in because you can see those large gas cans. They're fantastic to use, but they weigh a lot. And you know what? Since we're getting tired, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put one of those gas cans in the back of the vehicle. Always check to make sure you're in the vehicle and not on the ground. See, all that stuff I threw down, it's on the ground. Just make sure you're not loading that up. But I'm going to throw one of these gas cans over here. The fuel is always loaded on the driver's side, so always on the left side, and you can see, oh, it's indicating that I can add gasoline. Because it's in an army surplus store, it already has fuel in it. And you can hear the excitement in my voice because I did not know that. It would have a little symbol saying take gas out of this car. It would have a minus and then gas can. And that's why I was a bit confused, because it was indicating that I had fuel in that gas can. So we obtained 2 large gas cans, which just about makes my day, because this absolutely fuels. It won't fuel this entirely, but boy oh boy, it'll get us further than 2% gas on a very small coupe there. So all right, and since we're tired, we are exhausted. Yeah, we poured all of that in here. I'll throw that empty one in here too. Oh, we got some friends. And that was what I was waiting for. You can see, because we are carrying a gas can, it unequipped our crowbar. So you want to make sure before you take a wild swing at somebody that your stuff's squared back away. Take these 2 people out. I am tired and fairly exhausted, so what we're going to do is take this gentleman out. I'll see if there's anything in here. I think Stanford deserves a sody pop. You know, drink it. Soda's kind of cool. Gets rid of food and hunger and thirst. Yep, nothing in the other one. But we are going to go close this up, and we are going to sleep in the other tent. Maybe not. Maybe we'll go sleep in the back. Well, or we could use the tent. Well, let me show you. We can use the tent to actually sleep anywhere we want. We could do that with that as well, but I'll take the tent kit there. Nothing wrong with 2 tents, that's for sure. And we'll come in here. This door is broken. That door is intact. But yeah, not too bad in here. And if we right click, you can put up a tent. It'll let us do it. We're going to do it right there. And like clockwork, somebody decides to come to the window. So we will take care of them. You do not want zombies. Or not. Or we will run. I think I'd love to get in there, but we don't have the tools for it. So we have to take that other tent. I think if we sneak down here, I might pick it up and put it in the back there just so. We can also sleep in our car, but I'd rather sleep in here. So we'll sleep in the back corner here. Put up that tent. And it's odd, sometimes I don't know what the mechanics are that don't allow you to put a tent there, but putting a tent there. We're hungry again. We're not thirsty, but we're probably going to go to sleep hungry, which no detriment other than you wake up even hungrier. So with that, I think I'll take my leave. This has been Guarna Throt with Lost Hope and Zomboid. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Don't lose hope.